All right, all right, all right. Is this thing going? Give me a second. Trying to do two things at once. Let me see. Let me see. Give me a second. All right, we good. We on this thing? All right. Give me one more second. All right. Yeah. Okay. I think we on. Is this thing on? Well, matter of fact, let me chill out. Let me try to be serious. No drunk drivers. New Year's Eve. Let me look at my notes. Oh yeah, New Year's Eve PSA. New Year's Eve public service announcement. As you all know, no drunk drivers, right? Self-explanatory. If you do not know, I am here because on February 28, 2018, a bozo drunk driver killed my wife, Shayla Joseph. At the time was 36, and my son, Braylon Joseph, at 3 months old. Only child, by the way, right? And so I started this channel to raise awareness, but also establish myself as a point of contact. The phone calls were becoming overwhelming to the point where I had to purchase a new phone. Not because I changed my number, it was because due to the mass amount of text messages and phone calls, the phone malfunctioned. Yeah. And I'm like, well, there's no hiding from this. There's no hiding. You can't just hide off and duck off into the corner and handle it behind the scenes. It garnered mass media coverage to the point where news media was showing up at my house uninvited, unexpectedly. Had your boy looking out the mirror. I mean, looking out of the window. I'm gonna try to, I'm being serious, but you know me, man. I always gotta throw my jokes out there. But now, man, so I'm just trying to get people abreast on what this really about. What I was, yeah, what I was gonna say? Yeah. Getting people abreast on what this really about. So yeah, this PSA, because I know that during this time, a lot of people they may partake in what do they call it? Libations or having a drink, right? You're celebrating, bringing in the new year. You want to do all that wild and crazy stuff. Do it at your house, for one. Do it at your house. And let's say you consumed one too many beverages. Just sit your ass down. All right, man. If you got to call in to work, call in. Just sit down. Sleep it off. You don't have to force yourself into the vehicle to make some type of a timeline. Also, be honest with yourself. There are some people who can manage their drinks better than others. There are people that when they do consume alcohol, they turn into an entirely different person. You know who they are. That's the cold part about it. It may even be you watching. We've seen them. They can barely walk. Their speech is all messed up, totally incoherent. Those those personnel right there, those people, especially those people, because those are the ones who more than likely are the ones that are taking lives with this drunk driving nonsense. So those folk that I just described, the one who cannot handle their drinks, the one who equilibrium, they're walking all off balance, speech is all messed up. If you are one of those people, and you know who you are, right? You know who you are. Sit your ass down. Yeah. Sit your ass down somewhere. You're being stupid, reckless, and you're causing a lot of BS, too much BS, nonsense that it can be totally prevented. So just sit your ass down. Just sit down. And if you know someone like that and you just happen to be around them, show them this video. Uh, and if not, just take the keys from him or her. Take the keys from them. And if they resist, sit their ass down, right? It may even get physical. Oh, he over here promoting violence. Hey man, I'd rather you do that than have they stupid ass get off into the vehicle and kill somebody. This may not sound nice what I'm about to say, but I can give two shits if you kill yourself. Hey, you doing it to yourself. Hey man, it is what it is. I'm not this bubbly person as you may think that I am, right? So if you go out there and you kill yourself, then all right, ah, you know, I really don't have too much to say about it. But when you start impacting other lives, because you're not only killing innocent people, but you have a tremendous impact on the lives of their loved ones, right? Because Braylon had a mother, had a father, cousins, right? Shayla, same thing. How you think Shayla's mom feeling right now? Shout out to Miss Murders, right? This is these are emotions that are in thoughts that never go away. It wasn't until that day on February 28th, that's when I truly began to understand the meaning of people saying the same things that make you laugh or make you cry. Right? So on these holidays and birthdays, these people are no longer here. It make you feel a certain way. You start to look at things a lot different. And I'm saying these things to spread awareness, but also to reach out to others who may be dealing with similar circumstances. You are not alone. Not everybody gets in front of a camera with a microphone and have all these lights and talk about it, but just know that you are not alone. But anyway, now I want to say that part to later. But yeah, I still want to stay on these bozos and then I'll get on to the other stuff. But yeah, to you bozos, just chill out, sit your dumb ass down, right? Because you know who you are. Sit down, call an Uber, do all that stuff. Borrow money for an Uber. Do what you gotta do, but don't get your stupid ass up in that vehicle. Sit your dumb ass down. I think, yeah, I think as far as the PSA, that's about as far as I'm going to go with that. Uh, what I had the next one. Oh yeah, New Year's Eve. No, well, New Year's. New Year's have a very, very, very special meaning to me. I may have shared this story before, but hey, I'll share it again because this is what goes on in my mind during New Year's. Braylon was born November 30th, 2017. So that's very close. So one more month, we got December, right? And pretty much on the new year, 1 month. And of course, to the people who have children, you remember the infant stages of all the doctor appointments and all of the stuff that you have to go through, right? You remember all that stuff. And so when you have a child, you want your child to be fully functional, you want them to be healthy, you want them to be quote unquote normal. Everything working, you don't want them to have any lingering ailments. This is what everybody wishes for. And so I was no different. You know, me and Shayla, we were no different. This is what we hope for. But in the back of your head, you always, ooh man, I hope. Your mind sometimes play tricks on you. You know what I'm saying? They play mind games. And Braylon, everything was cool, but then they told us that his hearing, something about his hearing, he wasn't responding all the way with the hearing. And I want to say this diagnosis or result of some type of test that they performed, it wasn't, and they explained that it's not like it's 100% accurate because you're dealing with a infant who cannot communicate. So it's not like you're talking to an adult and saying, "Hey, can you hear me?" And they just sitting there looking around. You know what I'm saying? It's hard to gauge an infant. So they did put that disclaimer out there. They're just like, well, at this stage, they should be reacting to certain things. And I remember me and Shayla talked about it, and we just kind of went through scenarios of what if Braylon gonna be deaf? But with me, I was thinking first. I'm like, man, them doctors don't know what they talking about. Ain't anybody worrying about no test. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy. Ain't nothing wrong with that boy. You know, I make noises. He look all that stuff. I don't need no test to tell me whether my son can hear or not. He reacts accordingly. So that was my stance. And I remember Shayla was a little bit more worried. Uh, and so time went on, and of course we get up to New Year's. Mind you, doctor saying, well, we don't know if he can hear and all those things. And I'm just more uh stubborn, right? I have a certain stubbornness about me. And I'm like, nah, ain't nothing wrong with Braylon. I just know. I know it ain't nothing wrong with him. And then I said, oh shit, if something is wrong with him, well, he just gonna be the coldest deaf boy there is out there. Right. He gonna change the game. He gonna be the one. So if he is deaf, hey, he gonna be deaf. You know, we gonna be around here doing, there I go making the jokes. But no, I'm serious though. Yeah, we gonna be doing all that. It is what it is. We gonna make the best of this. So that was pretty much my stance. And of course, New Year's rolled around. New Year's Eve, and they began busting the guns. Bow, bow, bow. Firecrackers. Boom, bow, boom. And Braylon is in one of his many resting places. And he's in there chilling. And I remember Shayla was saying, "Hey, come here, come here, come here." I'm thinking it's something with the fireworks and all that because I'm really not a New Year's person. I don't like all that ruckus. Yeah, I'm a grumpy old man. I'm one of them. I'm grumpy. I'm groucho. So she called me to the room and she said, look. I was like, what did he do? What do you, he pissing on you? Or, you know what I'm saying? I'm thinking all kind of stuff. You know, what he doing? He peeing or he didn't did number two? Well, what it is, man, you trying to trick me into changing these diapers. Nah, it's your turn. You know what I'm saying? I just, I'm just thinking, I'm just trying to remember how it was back then. And so she was like, no, he was jumping. I said, he was jumping. No, he was flinching. I said, oh, he flinching. I wasn't putting two and two together because I was already at the point of, well, if he's deaf, he's deaf. All right, we're gonna get our sign language on and be about our business. I wasn't thinking about the way she was thinking about it, and so she was explaining like, no, he's flinching because of the fireworks. That means he can hear. I go, oh, I said, oh, he's flinching. So now I'm up to speed. So now I'm like, okay, we sitting around waiting, we hovering over him. So then we'll hear the boom. As soon as you hear the boom outside, he jumping. And I go, look at that. Another firework go off. He jumping. Man, we don't have the TV on, nothing like that in that room, I don't think. But the way he was reacting to the sound of the fireworks and the booms. And I say, look at that. I knew wasn't nothing wrong with that boy. Look at him. Now, how in the hell he gonna flinch if he can't hear? He wasn't feeling no vibrations. It wasn't like that. It wasn't like we sitting around and got cannons and all this stuff out there. These are regular fireworks. And so we just kind of laughed at that. And that always stuck in my mind. Every time New Year's roll around, that's what I think about. So when I hear that, it's like, oh yeah, Braylon can hear. Braylon can hear. So Braylon, if you can hear me right now, yeah, I'm still rocking and rolling. Still rocking and rolling. Like I used to always tell you, your mama great, your father great. We come from greatness, right? So that's my special meaning of New Year's. And last but not least, let's get into ways to overcome adversity. Hold on, let me check something out right quick. I'm tripping. Yeah, I'm good. Yeah. Ways to overcome adversity. Of course, I just told you all why I'm here. It's tough at times. Meaning, I'm saying this to compartmentalize on all the stuff that I've been speaking about. Yeah, it's tough. It is not easy day by day thinking about people who you cannot get back. I still in the back of my head, I'll be like, man, they're gonna roll up, right? They're gonna they're gonna roll up. This is what I'm serious. This is what I'll be thinking, and so those are true thoughts, true feelings, and thoughts and stuff that go on in your brain, in your mind, right? So that's normal. But ways to overcome is, and this is what I've done throughout my entire life, and I haven't changed that formula because it works. One of the first things you must do is accept reality. You must accept reality. So whatever you're attempting to overcome, do not lie to yourself. Keep it real. Keep it a stack. Accept reality. Accept what it is, real time, real life, right? So that's the first step. The second step is to research and accumulate as much knowledge as you can on whatever the specific topic that may be, that whatever you're dealing with. And that research can come in a form of reaching out to people who have experienced similar circumstances. It may consist of online, Google, YouTube, whatever that is, right? It may come in the form of a book, but you must dive into you want to make it centered on a specific on what you are dealing with. You don't want to go vague. I hear a lot of vague talk. Don't go vague in those circumstances. You want to be specific, direct, because you know what you are feeling internal, right? Third, do not let anybody tell you what to feel. You know what it is. That's why I say you have to be honest with yourself. Honest with yourself and able to identify whatever it is that you are attempting to overcome. Do not cover it up with these cool phrases, right? Don't cover it up with cool phrases. This is your time to be honest with yourself. Do your research. Reach out to people who have experienced similar circumstances, right? And once you've accumulated enough knowledge, and you'll know because if you have not, then the next step won't work. You want to begin to implement what you've been enlightened with, whether it's through somebody's testimony, or some type of YouTube video or something that you read. You want to begin to implement that in real time, real life. Implement. And in order to implement new things within your life, you must take away, uh, meaning you must take away whatever that time, how you allot your time, right? It's only 24 hours a day. So everybody have their routine. And when you insert something new, what are you going to take away from? So you must make room for that. The next step would be consistency. Remain diligent, remain consistent with the newfound knowledge that you have just obtained. And if you find yourself slipping, revert back to the stuff that you've just now, studied or come across. Revert back to it. And then you start again, because you got to remember every day is a new day. So even if you have a rough day, remind it's tomorrow is going to be a new day. So now you have a new beginning, right? Time moves forward, never backwards. Time moves forward, never backwards. Look at me, man. I'm gonna speech all crazy. Time moves forward, never backwards. And once you begin to understand and you get a better understanding of what you've researched or been enlightened with, and you implement that consistent day by day by day. You're going to have rough days, you may have tough days, but you want to always get back on that horse. If you fall off, get back on that horse and think about why you're doing it, right? Think about why you're doing it as well, right? Because you do want to improve your quality of life. You don't want to be stuck in a rut. And understand that everything that happens, you're not going to understand why. What you do is that's something you have to leave to the creator. It's not for you to understand why. What it is, what you must do is understand that you're still here. And while you're still here, do not waste that time while you have while on this earth. So whatever your purpose is, you must move forward in that. There's a reason why you're still here. You're not here to mope. You're not here to complain. You're not here to sulk or bask in all these different sorrows, right? You're here to enjoy life. You're here for a purpose. So if you're not fulfilling your purpose, you could be stopping somebody else who they may be the one to take something to the next level, right? You never know what your purpose is. But in order you cannot fulfill your purpose if you're stuck sulking over things that you cannot control. That's something I have figured out, right? Um, and I'll just close on this. I mentioned about my formula and what I use, and I have not changed it since I was 17 years old. Um, which was for me, it was joining the military. So I'm not saying, hey man, I'm not telling you to join the military and that's going to solve your problems. No, what that represented for me is acknowledging a weakness that I knew that I had. I was kind of like smaller in stature, right? So I didn't know what size that I would grow into when I became an adult, but I did know that when it came to like performing on a stage or against others, I was apprehensive. And I knew as a man, that is very unbecoming of a man. Meaning, because I was afraid to play in sports. I was like, oh man, I'm going to get hurt, and all that stuff. And now that I look back, I'm like, man, I missed out on that. I should have been out there, right? But that fear of getting embarrassed or not wanting to, I guess, put it all on the line, right? Because I knew that, hey, I'm a man. I'm going to grow into a man, and I wanted to be a strong man. So, how else would I fix fix these fears that I had? And of course, I had a lot of family members already in the military, right? So the easy fix for me, and it was staring at me right in the face. You know what? I want to see what I'm really made of. I want to put it all on the line. If I'm going to ascend to this thing called manhood, I'm gonna do it the way of no shortcuts, right? And I'm going to put myself in that pressure pot to where I cannot fold, to where I must remain consistent, right? And I'm going to be held accountable. And that's what that meant with to me. That's what the military meant to me. Um, and like I say, this is not a PSA for the military. I'm just telling you my road or my formula that I use to overcome adversity. And so some of the things that I learned while I was in the military is if you take something day by day, no matter how big of a task, you can complete it, right? Um, Also, consistency. If you remain consistent, you will see results. Um, Push yourself to the limit. You will be surprised on how resilient the mind and the body is. And you're not going to know this and uncover this unless you push yourself to that limit. Another thing that I learned was what else? Developing a don't quit mentality. No matter how big the task is, and it looks like it's impossible, don't quit. You hear them say one day at a time, well, 1 foot at a time, one step at a time, whatever it is, You just keep moving forward, right? Whatever the adversity, whatever the obstacle, keep moving forward, right? And so you got to pump yourself up. So you may hear me talking, you may have heard in some of my songs where I get angry, I'm yelling. So if I was in a if I'm really giving a one of those speeches, what I would tell you is look at me. I can easily give up. I could easily go hide into the corner. I can easily not get in front of the camera and speak whatever I'm speaking or saying whatever I'm saying and not wear this no drunk driving shirt, right? And not talk about Shayla and Braylon. Just just go on. Fade off into the sunset, right? I can easily do that. No, I choose not to because I'm going to control my own destiny. I am not going to let a bozo dictate who and what I am. Right. So I'm serious though. You gotta talk to yourself like that. So if you gotta talk in the mirror and you look in the mirror like that and you say it with that type of conviction and you really mean it, you keep repeating it. Yeah, some people may think you're crazy. Oh, this fool over here talking to himself. So what? Yeah, yeah, I be doing it. Don't yeah, now I'm back now. Don't act like I'm the only one who do that. Well, maybe I am. I don't know. I told you I ain't wrapped too tight up here, but I still got jewels and valuable lessons that you can learn from this from this fool. But nah, you gotta amp yourself up. Uh, and sometimes it comes with a sense of delusion, right? Yeah, because there's a lot out in the world that is there to tear you down, right? So if you're not your biggest cheerleader, then I don't know who else is going to be. Especially in my case, right? My mother, my father's gone, my son is gone, my wife is gone, right? So it's like my nucleus, I still got some loved ones there. Shout out to y'all. Uh, but I'm glad I took that route, and I didn't take the shortcut. And in the military, they had a phrase: "Don't cheat your body," right? Meaning, don't cheat, don't take the shortcut. You may be able to get over on a drill sergeant, but it's going to show in real time, real life, whether have you been paying attention or have you been executing the game plan. It's going to show. So when you have these lingering effects and the stuff is not going away, and you seem to be stuck in this rut, you're probably cheating your mind. You probably have been cheating your body. Don't cheat your body. Steadfast. Don't cheat your body, right? And the thing is, I figured out a way to win and never lose. And it's more of a mindset when I say that, because I say a lot of stuff, and some people, I can tell by their responses that okay, they're not in that walk of life. They, maybe I got to break it down, and it's no shot or nothing like that with anybody, right? But you just understand that people operate on different frequencies. And so when I say I never lose, meaning, and there's a formula to that, and I'm going to share that with you right now. There's a way that you can never you will never lose, and you do this by giving 100%. See, I've noticed throughout time that every time I gave 100%, whether I achieve that goal or completed that task, I knew in my heart if I gave 100% at that point, there was nothing else that I could have done to complete whatever that objective was. So that means it just wasn't for me, right? But I gave 100%. That's all I can do. So once you give 100%, that feeling of, oh man, I just lost or I failed, you don't have that because you've done everything that you can do in that scenario. There's nothing more that you could have done. This is how, when I'm faced with tasks, when I'm faced with different types of adversities and things like that, as long as I know I'm giving 100%, I know that I win. I check that box off. And you'll be surprised that, shoot, about 8 times out of 10, if you give 100%, more than likely you will complete that task. If you give 100%, a true 100%. But all of that remains, you have to be honest, brutally honest with yourself, right? Don't share all these things with individuals. That's another thing. Some things you got to keep close to the vest. Yeah. I've learned that if you share things with people and they're not moving they may be moving on a different time. Um, some people like to see you down, right? They like to see you down. They're not going to say it, but there's some people who like to see you down. They get mad at you if you smile too much. That used to be one of my gripes. Oh, boy, wipe that smile out your face. Yeah, it has to be that gripe. I'm smiling too much. Hey, it is what it is, but I think that's it. I ain't want to go on too long. Hopefully, I made sense. Oh. Yeah, hopefully I made sense. And yeah, hopefully I made sense. There, here I go repeating myself. Hopefully, I'm sitting here tripping. Hopefully I made sense. I was able to spread awareness and motivate, right? Bring the year in, right? I'm not one of these New Year's people. And here I am with the foolishness. Let me go ahead and shut off this thing though. I finished shut off this fake. No, because I'm gonna be talking about things on something different, and some people not gonna understand. So y'all finna go ahead and end this Facebook, and I'll continue on YouTube. That's it. Till next time. Peace. All right. Where I'm at. Shout out to what is it? Lovely me. Shout out. What she put? I'm sorry. I'm gonna be reading the chat. I'll be talk. I got to get better at that. She put, "Hey, I agree with you. I feel through things. What is that? I feel through things. Yeah, but find positive outlets. Yeah, positive outlets. That is key. That is very key." And she put, "Yes, continuing to keep your legacy alive could help someone else who doesn't have the courage to speak about what they're experiencing." Oh yeah, that part. That part. You would not believe how many people who I have reached out to who have lost loved ones um with drunk driving, and it is hard to get them to speak. There's no diss to them though. There's no diss. It's just, reality. I try to get them to come in front of the camera. I've tried to do interviews with them so they can share their story. We can just build from there and kind of like start a community. But they don't want to talk about it. And I get it because it is tough. It's tough to keep going over the same thing. These are your worst moments, your worst days of your life. And you got to replay that over and over and over and over. So I get it, but it's tough. It's very tough to get people to talk about it. What she put? You're also bringing awareness and creating a safe space to an issue that directly affects others. Yeah, you're right. That's the goal. It's a tough task though because it's not entertaining, and the story is not a feel good story. So it's like I still have to find that balance on when to talk about what happened to my family on February 28, 2018, and also a certain level of entertainment, and then also enlightenment. So that formula is something that I'm still trying to figure out. It's like I'm either talking about it directly or I'm talking about something just totally different. But one thing, consistent, I try to continue to wear this shirt. So my thinking is, as long as I'm wearing the shirt. You can see no drunk drivers. You can see my face, right? And y'all know what I represent, meaning you know who I am. Oh, that's that guy that was on the news, right? And oh, this is what happened to his family. So if you see him, he's not fading off. He's there. It does trigger that thought of what happened on that day. But shout out to you, lovely me, right? Hopefully you have a great New Year's and happy holidays and all that good stuff. I know for me, I don't like it. I never did like it. I don't like all that gunshots and shooting. Yeah, man. The way I'm thinking is, you forgive me for thinking like this, but I'm thinking the bad guys are out there, right? The bad guys, they never sleep. They never rest. They're always thinking about opportunities. And so if you have a day that it's okay to bust your gun and make all this noise, because on a normal day, if somebody shoots their weapon, people are going to be alerted. Like, oh, what's going on? They'll probably go outside. They'll probably call the cops or some type of, render some type of assistance. On a day like this, oh, it's just firecrackers. Oh, it's just New Year's. Oh, he's shooting his gun. So if you're a bad guy, this is the perfect time to, go and run up in somebody's house and all that. Blah, 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 blah. It blends in perfectly. That's why on New Year's, I'm on edge. July 4th, I'm on edge. And also, what's the other one? Halloween, I'm on edge. Yeah, you get to wear a mask. You get to run up on folk. Hey, how you doing? They you know what I'm saying? It's it's okay for strangers to knock on your door. You open the door for strangers with a mask on. Oh man, if you're a bad guy, that's the perfect time. Hopefully, I'm not. Man, I hate that I'm saying this, but hopefully, I'm not putting ideas in the wrong people's head. But the way that I'm thinking, when these days come around, oh yeah, I'm always on alert. I got that blammer, right next to me right now. Yeah, I'm gonna be walking around the house with that thing. Be acting like Yosemite Sam. Yeah. Uh, so yeah, that's the way I rock on these days. Yeah. But shout out to you though. We sitting in there, and that's cool though that you're rocking with your boy. Uh, cause I like to check out like new people's like their YouTube. And it's funny though, like when they first starting up and they don't have that many subscribers and viewers. Oh, they engage one on one. They reading your comment and all that. You ain't gotta do no super chat. You ain't gotta do nothing. You right to the top. And boy, once they stuff start growing, you see these fools change. I mean, which I understand because it's a high amount of numbers, but when I see that transformation, that always tripped me out. And you actually get more I guess you can say like one-on-one time, or I don't say one-on-one time, but more engagement when their channel's low. But yeah, but I'm gonna go ahead and get up on out of here because now I'm rambling. I didn't got off topic. I'm talking about giving tips on fools on how to rob and all this stuff. I don't want to put the wrong stuff out there. But you have a great New Year's, and anybody else who see this, be careful. Do not drink and drive. No drunk drivers, right? Be careful out there. Do not be a bozo. If you feel you're inebriated to the point where you can't walk, your speech is slurred, sit your dumb ass down, right? Sit down, sleep it off. Have somebody call you an Uber or ride with somebody else. Leave your vehicle. Nobody gonna steal your raggedy ass vehicle anyway. Leave your vehicle where it's at. Yeah, nobody gonna looking for your raggedy ass vehicle because most of them bozos they stupid, right? They act a certain way, and they not rolling like that. Leave that raggedy ass vehicle right there. Worrying about it getting, somebody ain't gonna steal your stuff. Or you gonna get towed and all that stuff. Sit your dumb ass down, man. But anyway, before I get worked up, I'm out of here. Till next time. Peace.